Sorry, we just had a little bit of a, let me just move this on. So I absolutely love it when a big American brand makes its way to the UK, particularly when they start targeting me relentlessly with ads. And then I discover they have a person on the ground who's been deposited in the UK. So let's just do a quick straw poll. Who here has heard of Ruggable? Oh, your work is done. Right. Who here owns a Ruggable rug? Oh.
More work to do.
Is it good? Does it go through the wash?
Yeah, it's pretty good.
It's pretty good. Fantastic. So I've been targeted by Ruggable's machine washing rugs for, I don't know how long. How long have you been targeting people?
3 years.
For 3 years. I've yet to buy. And, but I am doing a renovation. And when I renovate my house, trust me, it's on my, but I will obviously ask for a discount code. So can I please welcome Clay? Yeah, can we all have one? Clay, introduce yourself, tell everyone who you are and what you do.
Yeah, great. So hi, everyone. Thanks for having me. My name's Clay Wertheimer. I'm the MD for Ruggable here in Europe. The first American on stage today, I guess. So yeah, not from around here, but have been living in London for the last 7 years. And can you tell you a little bit about Ruggable?
Yeah, tell us about Ruggable, because most of us only know it because we've been targeted.
Yeah.
Tell us what's actually going on.
So, Ruggable is a US-based company. We're out in LA. It was founded by Geneva Bell, who was really tired of her pets ruining her rugs and thought there must be a better way. So she came up with this innovative two-part rug system. So think duvet and duvet cover. You've got the soft rug cover on top and then the cushy pad on the bottom. And so when like mucky paws or a little child or like a tipsy house guest makes a mess on your rug, you just peel off the top layer and stick it in your washing machine. And I think once customers like really engage with it and see that it actually does fit in the washing machine and it comes out good as new, people love it because it is like kind of a brilliantly simple idea that we should all have washable rugs. It makes a lot of sense.
And what's your job here in the UK?
It's all very growth focused. So we, the journey with Ruggable is we started shipping to the UK 3 years ago. We put boots on the ground 2 years ago, which was me, and focused on growing the brand here in the UK and in Europe. It's been super fun. So to give you a sense of how we've grown, we now have 15 people here in London, and we have a distribution and manufacturing facility up in Birmingham. So we're proudly made in the UK, and we're shipping to the UK, Germany, Austria, Netherlands, and France, and ambition to launch other EU markets later this year.
And Ruggable have run a general Facebook strategy, which a lot of brands in the room would know and have done. But we're not going to talk about that today, are we? Because there's more interesting things about how Ruggable have grown, which as I got to know Clay, I was like, this is far more relevant in terms of the creativity of their thinking. And that's through partnerships and integrated partnerships. So can you explain to everyone what we mean by that and what in fact you've done to go beyond a traditional influencer relationship and actually bring people into the inside of the business?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, my favorite thing about Ruggable is our partnerships. We call it Ruggable X. And so we have a fantastic in-house design team, but then we have partnered with a number of designers to bring their distinctive designs to rugs. And have done some great collaborations with the likes of Jonathan Adler, Iris Apfel, Keith Haring, and many more. Iris is one of my favorites. It was very sad of her.
I know. I thought of you, and then she passed away last week, I think.
Just 2 weeks ago.
Do you guys know Iris Apfel?
So she was, lived to 102, so had a good run and
got a whole range out in Ruggable.
We're a very small part of her legacy. Yeah. We're very proud of.
But what did Iris do for you? Tell us how that happened. So you identify someone known for their design and flair, which fits your brand, being a design brand.
Yeah, exactly. So we try to have this elevated design aesthetic. And in general, I would say my philosophy is we should partner with people who are cooler than us or bigger than us. I think Iris checks both of those boxes. But yeah, when we look for partners, we're looking for people that have a distinctive IP that we don't have, that we might have a gap in our assortment. The second is for it to be zeitgeisty, like try to have our finger on the pulse. And so Jonathan Adler 3 years ago, geometrics were very in, and so we were right place, right time there. And then Iris has this amazing maximalist design that is very trendy right now. And so that has done super well here in the UK and in Germany.
So you invite those guys to create a range that is a joint venture, essentially, but within the Ruggable brand.
Yeah, and it's this very collaborative process. So I think it goes deeper than your typical like transactional partnership. It requires a lot of trust on both sides.
And work, right? They actually have to design the work. They have to design the...
Yeah, and we have the amazing textile designers in-house, and so it's helping them translate their perspective into textiles, which is not an easy feat. And so it requires a lot of trust, because they can have great ideas and great designs, but we need to turn it into textiles, and then we need to turn it into commercially viable textiles. So it requires a lot of back and forth. It's actually a pretty long design process.
How long does it take?
Usually 6 months from contract to out the door. And a lot of that is in the design phase, so just iterating and making sure we're really getting it right.
And when a range launches, like a Jonathan Adler or Iris Apfel range, what impact does that have on the brand? Both its brand awareness, reach, revenue, like as compared to, say, running Facebook ads?
Yeah, so I think it helps on all accounts. I would say a very important thing about these partnerships is we want our partners to be proud of the products, and so they are our brand ambassadors as well, and they get out in front selling it. But yeah, we see terrific earned media on these collections in a way that we don't with our in-house campaigns, and so are in the likes of Vogue and Elle Deco and Sunday Times Style when we launch these new collections.
And do you think you'd have got into those magazines and those sorts of places without those partnerships?
No, I think they're a great hook. Yeah. I mean, they're really they're beautiful designs. Editors want to feature them. And lots of our in-house collections are featured as well as we become a more known brand. But yeah, it's a very good hook. And then we definitely see it depends on the partnership. Some of the partnerships are about really resonating with our existing audiences and kind of building credibility there. Others are about reaching new audiences, and so then we'll see a lot of incremental traffic. We did a Basquiat collection that brought a lot of new customers to the website.
Fantastic. So just coming back to the other channels, and obviously Facebook is a part of your strategy, but also looking at other channels as well, aren't you? What's your plan in terms of, it's obviously a fast growth brand, you've got big plans. How are you going to deliver them? Yeah,
so theme for this year is for us to be a more locally relevant brand in general, and so I think that means being more integrated in our marketing approach. We've grown a lot with Facebook. We've also, for any other like US-based brands, have like lifted and shifted a lot from the US, which has gotten us so far. But I think for us to actually make Facebook work harder for us, we need to expand to other channels and also localize our creative as well. So I definitely see it as a portfolio approach without getting too spread thin. We just launched TikTok in the last few months. We are onboarding with Cha-Ching right now. So
Yay!
Fingers crossed, Cha-Ching. And yeah, I think you'll start seeing some more above the line stuff from us as well. We're at the scale where that makes sense. And so we need to like get the creative
right. What, like TV advertising?
Yep, TV, radio, out of home, probably incrementally to make sure it's working. And we need to, I think, still work on our tone of voice, make ourselves feel more distinctive within the UK and within Germany and France, but yeah, that is the plan. And
a lot of brands in the DTC Live community have the ambition to go to America, including DTC Live itself, which may be hosting a New York conference. So what learnings it's obviously not as simple as just getting a plane and arriving, is it?
Yeah, for coming from the US over here.
Yeah. For us going to America, what have you learned from coming to the US to the UK that people can think about in terms of their own international expansion?
Yeah, I think we're definitely early on that journey, for sure. I haven't fully cracked it. I think it's a perennial question. But I would say two things. One is that local team and local expertise matters. Like I said, we have a team of 15 now. We do all of our performance in-house, which we're really proud of. And we have local natives from all our core markets, and have definitely seen a noticeable difference in our performance in those markets. Just understanding the customer better, understanding what the different nuances with the channels and how people engage with them. So I think that's one, and then I think
because the channels do function differently in different countries, don't they? And you only realise that if you sit on the channels every day.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm not in the weeds as much, but I just know that when we took over the accounts, basically, we just made different, how we were thinking about retargeting, where we were putting money into prospecting versus more upper funnel stuff, just really does vary by channel. Second thing is then, and this is where we're still, maturing, is like figure out what matters and differentially invest in it. And so when we came here, we had a very MVP approach to our CX and customer care. Brits are higher maintenance than Americans, believe it or not.
In terms of what? The British customers?
The British customers, yeah.
Well, are we? What
Definitely. I think
What, we ask more questions?
you ask more questions more frequently expect a faster response time. Shockingly, like, our Trustpilot is better in Germany than it is in France, or than it is in the UK, which I find surprising. Some of my best friends are German. I think Germans are great, but Germans have this reputation of also having very high standards, but the Brits do as well. I think there's some structural things like this is a geographically smaller country, so everything arrives within a day.
Yeah.
In the U.S., like even with it's a big country, so next day shipping is like still a couple days. They're just like there's more leeway. People just have higher expectations. They want to talk to a human, and so. We were outsourcing. We were using a multilingual outsourcing agency that we actually went through two that just were not providing.
What, for customer service?
For customer service. Okay. And so we made the decision to in-house hiring bilingual reps, and it's made a huge difference. Just better quality, actually just as cost-effective, and helped us build credit. As a new brand into these new markets, having a strong Trustpilot score, I think, is quite important. And building your word of mouth and NPS. So. Maybe if you go to the U.S., you don't have to worry about it because Americans are more chillaxed about their customer care. But I think identifying those different areas is super important.
So what can we expect from Ruggable next? And how are you going to get everyone in the room to buy a rug? Because everyone's heard of it, but they haven't all got rugs. So how are you going to get us all over the line?
I'm happy to offer a discount code if you want to chat after this. But yeah, I think it goes back to being locally relevant and as a brand. So our partnerships have been pretty globally driven historically, and we're now at a size and scale where we are building up our own European pipeline. So I think you'll see our partnerships become more multifaceted. We have
British designers.
Yeah, British designers, European designers, and I think not just design. I think we have the design credentials, so it'll be a bit more multifaceted and maybe a bit more brand ambassador influencers, but more local partnerships for sure that hopefully get people excited about the brand.
To get all of us buying rugs.
Exactly.
Thank you so much, Clay. I was so happy you were speaking today, and it's been great having you. So you will be around. Clay will be able to answer any questions about us and how many questions we ask as customers in the UK.
Happy to chat. Thanks for having me.
Brilliant. Thank you very much. Thanks, guys.